Okay, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Mr. Dan. Today we're going to be making like a hamburger sandwich kind of deal. It comes from Egypt. I get these recipes from Cooking Around the World kind of deal. It's called Cooking and Cocktails. I get recipes in my inbox just about every day. I seem to like this one. So I have made other ones from it, but anyway, we're going to try this. It's called Hawashi. It's Egypt's answer to the American hamburger kind of deal. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so we are going to need a food processor, or like if you have a Vitamix or nice blender that you can chop this stuff up with, because it's recommended to chop all your veggies. So anyway, in there you got some olive oil we're going to use with a brush to brush the top of the pita shells when we put them in the oven. I've got the oven on right now for 400 degrees. It's heating up. There's a measuring cup. That's the scoop that we're going to use for each pita pocket. Here we have some what's called tahini sauce, and what that is a creamed up sesame seeds. I swear to God, it tastes really good. It tastes like, first when you taste it, it tastes like peanut butter. Then you get an aftertaste of sesames, so it tastes pretty good. This is some tomato paste. We're going to use about 3 tablespoons of that. This here is some kosher salt. Here I have in my little mix here, I have 1 teaspoon each of paprika, coriander, allspice, and black pepper. Then there's 3/4 of a teaspoon of cardamon, a half of cumin, and 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, I believe. And in here we have some garlic, we have some jalapeno, some parsley, some nice onion. Here I got some mixed bell peppers. The recipe called for green. Didn't have enough. I didn't have a whole green one, so we're going to mix it up like that. And here I have 2 pounds of ground beef. So this is pretty straightforward. The first thing we're going to mix is we're going to take our veggies and dump them all in here. We got the onion, and it's set a large onion, so this is a yellow onion that I had. And it's large and it's very potent, let me tell you. Then we're going to take our bell peppers and throw them in there. And I'm just going to give this a little pulse real quick. And oh, I got to plug it in. Yeah, okay. We're in a hurry, right? Is that the right plug? I hope it is. No, it's not. It's the other plug. Plug that thing in, and okay, now I'm going to add the garlic and the jalapeno. Garlic. It said 2 cloves. I had 3 or 4 small ones, so I put that in. This is it says 1 fresh jalapeno. I didn't have, so I put 3 tablespoons of jalapeno in. I hope it's enough for me and Penny, but that's okay. All right, I'm gonna blend up that. Let me turn this off, put you guys on silent for a minute. Okay, so you can see it's got a nice little chop there, fine chop. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut a little bit of parsley off my bunch of parsley over here, and we're going to throw that in. Oops, so sorry guys, didn't mean to bump you. And I'm leaving some of the stems on for more flavor, more, they say it packs a little extra flavor. I don't know. What do I know? I know what I know, but these things are going to be good. I'm telling you, I could just feel it. Have I made them yet? Nope, but they're going to be good. Okay, let me just blend this up. Okay, we are done with our blending. So let me put this over here. And I'm going to get a strainer real quick. a bigger one than I had, so this will go by pretty quick. I'm going to put this over here, bring you guys over a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, see, I got a bowl here, and I got my strainer. Now I'm going to take my mix, I'm going to pull the blade out so it don't fall out on me. That's pretty good. That smells pretty good too, by the way. Okay, let me scoop this out now. Now you'll notice it's pretty wet, and it should be because you got all these fresh vegetables in there. Okay. What we're going to do with this strainer, we're going to hold it over the sink, and using the back of a spoon or a small ladle, I'm going to push on the veggies. Try to get all the excess liquid out of there because we don't want all that liquid. Make things too wet. Now there's a couple ways you can do this, and I'm going to do this I'm just making sure everything's going to be cooked through, because you can do this all raw and just pack the pita bread. But what I'm going to do is I am going to pre-cook this. Look at how much liquid's coming out of there already. Can you see that? That's just gravity. So now what I'm going to do is just take a spoon here and just gently push. I don't want to push too hard. I don't want to lose all my stuff, but I'm just trying to get all the excess liquid out. Then I'm going to get a nice big mixing bowl. Okay, that's pretty good. Let me just dump this down the sink. Put this back in here. I'm going to get a mixing bowl and be right back. I am using pretty lean meat, as you can see up here, 93.7. So these things are going to be pretty lean, and I think you really need to have it that way so that the fat juice doesn't get your pitas all soggy. Okay, keep it clean. Okay, let me wash my hands again. Okay, so now we're gonna throw our veggies in here. I'm just gonna mix with my hand and mix it all together. Now, if you do it this way, you can, after you get done mixing everything, you can actually stuff the pita with the raw ingredients, because you're going to cook, if you do it that way, you're going to cook it to where on 400 degrees, and you'll cook it like 15 or 20 minutes on one side, then gently take it out and flip it over. Do another 10 or 15 minutes and make sure that the beef is cooked all the way through. So what I decided to do, I'm going to pre-cook mine in a pan, not all the way through, but pretty much, and then then put it in the pita. I think that would be a little on the safer side. But anyway, this looks pretty good. I'm going to rinse my hand here and get these dishes out of the way. Tell you what, it smells pretty good. All right, now I'm going to add in my seasoning, and this is all the seasoning, all mixed up with no place to go. Okay, there you go. All right, so we're going to move this over here now so you can see, and we're going to sprinkle this in there, and this smells really good. Okay, like I said, this is pretty easy. Then we're going to put our kosher salt in here. This is, they said like about a pinch, a quarter of a teaspoon, whatever. I think I put a little more. Okay, now I'm going to get my tablespoon again. as I use the other one. We're going to get 3 squirts of course it's a new tube, Mr. Dan. Here you go. Okay. Now we're going to get about 3 tablespoons worth of tomato paste here. And this is a double concentrate, so I don't want to go too crazy with this. As you can hear, we're having a very windy day here in beautiful sunny Florida. Anyway, here you go. That's 3 tablespoons, okay? We're going to mix that up now again, and then we're going to cook it. All right, so let's mix all this together again.
Here's something I found on the web. According to...
Okay, as you can see, that's all mixed in thoroughly. So now what I'm going to do is get a pan and put it on the stove. Okay, guys, I put a little bit of oil in the pan just because I'm that way about cooking this stuff, so now that, my friends, is the sound you want to hear. Now, while you were gone, I cut up my pita, and I made 2 pitas to put in the oven with the raw concoction, and now we're going to use this for the other. I just want to see how it turns out. It's an experiment from Mr. Dan, huh? So anyhow, let me get this to cooking. And I'll be back in a couple minutes when this is browned up. Okay, guys, as you can see, I keep working the meat here. I'm trying to keep it as fine as possible. I don't want no big chunks in there because those pita pockets are very, very fragile. So I put the 2 raw ones in already in my small oven. I'm going to get a tray out, let this cool a little bit. I got it turned off now. We're going to let it cool down a bit before I start scooping because it's hot. Don't want to burn my little fingers off. Be right back. Okay, so while you guys are gone, I flipped the ones in the toaster oven. They're pretty crispy on one side, so I want to get that done. But anyway, so you got to be real careful. See how it starts to rip here? That's just when I cut it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take a little out of here. I put paper towels in this thing because it had some juice in it, so I'm trying to keep the excess juice that we don't really want. And I'm just going to I'm not going to overfill it. As you can see, it's still a little warm. I'm chasing the pan around. It's actually a little fun making these things, trying to keep everything from breaking. But if you made this the other way, you make a dough, and it's like kind of like a pizza dough, but they call it a pita dough. But it looked, the way they made one, looked like a pizza dough. I'm gonna try that one day. Okay, so let me bring you guys over here real fast. We're done with this section. Now, see here, I got the all the pockets are filled. What I'm gonna do is put a little bit of oil on each one to help them so they get a little brown, see? They'll brown up easy. You can put butter on them if you want. I just think the olive oil, keep them with that Mediterranean theme. Listen to me. Okay, and you just try to get the whole thing so it kind of browns evenly. And I'm gotta watch my oven here real quick. My little one. I can smell it, so I don't want that to burn. Let me put you guys on hold for a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, so yeah, those are done basically. I put one back in. It wasn't as crispy as the other one. I put the other one on a plate. I'm going to show that to you in a minute. Now I'll give that to my lovely bride back there that is working. Again, just a little bit of oil, brush it on there, and then we're going to pop this in the oven. Now, since this is This is already cooked. We're gonna watch this because it could cook pretty quick. So I'm gonna put it in, look, check it at 7 minutes. Unlike the other one where you gotta cook it for 15, check it, which was pretty well browned up by 15 minutes with the raw meat in there. So I'm pretty sure that if I cut this back a little bit because the meat's pretty much done, what we want to do is brown up the outside. Make sure I get all these. I don't want no large puddle. Just want a little bit on there. All right. So let me put this over. Well, we need this for the other side. All right, I'm going to pop these in the oven. I'll be right back with the other one, show you what it looked like. Okay, guys, here you have what they look like. They're not 100% hard, but they're good enough for my wife for her little lunch. So I'm going to bring her one of these, and I'll put one on the side. Put some tahini sauce on there, and she'll be good. And then we'll do a taste test when mine comes out of the oven. Okay, guys, I just flipped them. You got to be real gentle with these. They were hot. I should have showed you flipping them, but this made a lot less mess doing it this way also in the pan than the way I did the other one from the raw stage. But they both look about right. Remember, this was on the bottom. So I'm going to put this back in because I bet it's pretty much done. I just want to get a little color on this here if I can. And then we're off to the races, man. We'll be eating, we'll be chowing, we'll be munching. Right now I have still a little bit in the pan, but again, I didn't make, the recipe called for 2 more gizmos here, the Pita. All right, gizmo, huh? But I didn't make those because I thought, well, I'm going to save those because my daughters are supposed to be coming over here because all of them are going up to Ohio for the weekend. So I figured maybe they might want something to munch on the day before they leave tonight. So I will make some more for them. And it'll be already done. I just got to pop it in the oven, huh? Hey, that's Mr. Dan. All right, guys. Here we go. Right back in the oven for a couple more minutes. And then our Hawawshi will be done. Oh, God. Okay. Here we go in the oven. And we'll be right back. Okay, guys, there's my Hawashi hamburger thing. Anyway, it looks good. I gave that other one to Miss Penny. She wants another one now. She said it's really, really delicious. This is a little tahini sauce, which we're going to use on the sandwich. So without further ado, let's get to the eating part. Okay, Miss Camera Girl, thank you very much. And she did say these things were delicious. So without further ado, I'm going to try to get me a bite or two. Huh? You know what? I'm going to put some of this here tahini. So she said it was good on there. So I'm going to just put a little on the corner. Whoop, comes out fast. Watch out. It almost looks like a liquefied peanut butter, right? It tastes like it anyway. Mmm. 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 Let me take one more bite without the tahini sauce. That stuff was good. I bet I could put a slap of peanut butter on there and it tastes just about the same. The meat mixture with those spices in there, over the top, delicious. Mmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, it comes out quick, like Penny said. Mm-hmm. Mm. 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 That is really, really good. So look, we went to Egypt and had a hamburger, guys. These are made in different areas. They call them different names. I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but the guy that created these was a butcher named Ahmed Hawashi. And he called it, his sandwich, he called them Hawashi. That's how the name came to be. And this was all back in 1970, so these things really aren't all that old. I mean, compared to some recipes, you know what I'm saying? Let's get another bite of this. This has got to be good. And you can reheat them if you want in the oven. Put about 3 1/4, let it sit in there for 15 minutes or so. So you get the crunch back. Damn, that's good. Anyway, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Share with your friends, your neighbors, whoever. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so. Hit the subscribe button. When you do, notification bell will pop up. That'll notify you each and every time we come up with another dish, another video. And there's an arrow down button right below the video box. You hit that, drop down box will come down. That'll give you a link to Cooking with Stan Facebook page, a link to my daughter's artwork site page, which you should look at. And also gives you the complete list of ingredients that you need to make this wonderful, wonderful dish. So, my friends, stay hungry. And when you are, we'll take another trip to Egypt. So, this is Mr. Dan saying, stay healthy, stay away from COVID. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. We're out for now.